Hi everyone, happy Seabreeze Festival. It's a bit interesting doing it this way this year, but I think it's fantastic that the guys organising the festival are at least putting all of this together for everyone so we can still learn everything we need to learn about being environmentally friendly and a bit more sustainable. My name is Ali, I run Darwin Wildlife Sanctuary, and I'm going to talk to you today about biodiversity and biodiversity in backyards. So we all know how important biodiversity is. It's important to think about the food web. So biodiversity is everything from spiders, cockroaches, insects, mosquitoes, moths, all the way up to our little lizards, frogs, our bigger lizards, our birds of prey, our honey eaters, all of those animals, and having lots of them means we have good biodiversity, and we're really lucky to have that in Darwin quite a lot of the time. So how do we increase biodiversity in our backyards? What we can do, the first thing is plant lots of native plants. That really helps. We can put up hollows. So here in the sugar glider enclosure we have a couple of natural hollows. So just down here we've got a natural hollow. We've also got some natural hollows up here, but we've also got some that we've made. So there are nesting boxes, there's natural hollows, there's all sorts of things that you can put up and around in your garden to encourage more wildlife to come in, but also to decrease the stress levels of wildlife living in urban areas. One of the things that does cause stress is a lack of places to sleep and rest, and that's why possums often end up in our roofs, and sometimes even the snakes as well. So lots and lots of different types of animals will use these hollows, and they'll move around and use different ones all over the place. So if there's lots up in lots of different backyards, it gives them a bit more variety of choice and different places that they can nest and sleep. So the other thing that's a great idea is to encourage more insects into the garden. Now I know that sort of goes against what a lot of people like to do, but honestly, encouraging insects into our gardens will really encourage the biodiversity. So lots and lots of different kinds of mulch down on the ground is a really good one, but also if you can find solar spotlights and put them up in your trees at night, that will attract the insects in. It'll keep our little microbats and insect bats away from the house because quite often they get taken out by the fans that are on. So if you can put up spotlights in your trees or out in different places in the garden, that'll attract all the insects, and our nocturnal animals will be able to get a feed. Our frogs are particularly struggling at the moment. A lot of people have been saying that they've been hearing less and less frogs in their gardens each wet season, so encouraging lots of insects will keep the frogs going over the dry season as well. So we've got putting in native plants, putting up nesting boxes, putting out spotlights at night away from the house. That helps a lot. Obviously keeping your cat inside all day and night if possible, but if you can only keep him in a little bit during the day, then at night is definitely best. So there's lots of different ways that you can encourage wildlife into your backyard. Now, as being Darwin Wildlife Sanctuary, we are a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week rescue service for injured wildlife. We do often have to come and pick animals up and take them to the vets and get them rehabilitated, but sometimes there are things that you can do to help the animals out as well. So if you find a baby bird on the ground, and these come in quite a lot, usually you can just pop it back up in the nearest tree or shrub, as long as it doesn't have any obvious injuries and it doesn't have ants on it. Quite often when the birds are fledging or learning to fly, they will end up on the ground anyway. That's a natural part of the process. So sometimes they just need a helping hand to be popped back up into the tree. Anywhere above eye height, so these sorts of branches up here are usually really good. And somewhere that's a bit protected, nice and shady and shrubby, so that other predators don't see them. So often kites and those sorts of things might come down and pick on them. Drongos will also eat other birds as well. So if we can protect them a little bit with some shade, then they can go straight back up into the nearest tree. Obviously if there's dogs around, if there's no trees around, if it's in the middle of a roundabout, those sorts of situations, can make it a little bit more difficult to put the birds back. But we do try our very best to try and put baby birds back with their parents. And that's simply because they are much better at bringing up birds than we are. They can teach them all the life skills to be wild birds that we simply can't teach them. So we do try as much as we can to put baby birds back. And you can use old hats even. The old Bunnings hats are fantastic to use as little fake nests if you need to put it in a nest back up in the tree. And you can buy little birds nests, like grass nests from pet shops. They're quite cheap and they're great for hanging around your garden for finches to use. So if you ever find you accidentally pull down a finch nest, or it's been in a little tree or a patch of grass that you've pulled down, then those little finch nests that you can buy in pet shops are great to put back up as well. We are available 24/7, and that's for advice as well. So if you've ever got any questions about wildlife living in your backyard, or how to encourage them to come into your backyard, you can certainly give us a call and we'll do our very best to answer any of your questions. I hope I've covered enough today. I've tried my best. We're always available, like I said, either on Facebook or through our 24/7 rescue hotline, or through our website as well. And all of that information will be up with the other information that Seabreeze is putting together for us. So if you ever need to contact us, it's not too hard. And I thought I might finish off my little presentation with introducing you to Salmon Sugar. So Salmon Sugar are little sugar gliders that we use for education. They were being sold online, hopefully bred in captivity, but we're not quite sure if they were or not. But these are our new education animals. You can say hello to Salmon Sugar. They're very, very cute. And if you're lucky and you put up enough hollows around your backyard, and potentially if you live out towards Howard Springs, the Humpty Doo area further out, you might be lucky enough to have some of these live in your area. Hi guys. And then just come out a bit. Beautiful. Hi everyone, happy Seabreeze Festival. Hope you're all hanging in there well. We're going to do things a bit differently this year. I'm going to try and have a chat to you about biodiversity, but these guys might actually make that a little bit difficult. So, biodiversity. No, we're not going to be able to do it in here.